to our community stage. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Rob Leonard. I'm your host. And with me in studio today, a pair of fantastic people I've had the pleasure of knowing for about 6 or 7 years. They're known as Our Shotgun Wedding. Dylan McMullin and Lauren Jewell, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rob.
Thanks.
So excited when you guys just agreed to come on the show. Got a million stories to tell, so let's just get right to them, all right? So give you folks a chance to get to know these fantastic people. Trust me, they're fantastic. You'll find out very shortly. All right, so basically we've known each other since 2011. I did the research, and my wife Fiona had put together a show in light of the disaster, the tsunami disaster in Japan, called Jam for Japan, and her and I were going over that today, talking a bit about it, and I'll let you folks recall what that day was for you.
Well,
if you remember.
Yeah, it's going back a bit, but we were newly singing together, and it was kind of a last-minute thing. I know we kind of got just stuck on the programming. We weren't originally part of the show. I know we weren't on the poster at that time, but you let us be a part of it and found a spot for us, and we had a song that I thought was really appropriate and was kind of inspired by everything that was going on at the time, and we ended up finishing writing the last verse when we were at that show, just I think about 15 minutes before we went on the stage out at the farmers market is where we were at, I think, and we were in the front of the stage and went out into the parking lot and finished it up.
The song is End of the World.
And it became my favorite song that day, and it still is 6 years later. I just love that tune. So, but yeah, and that day we were able to raise, I think, about $3,500 that went to the Canadian Red Cross. Now, that in itself, I know that speaks volumes to what you folks like to use your music for, and that is you're very charitable, and you get out there and you do a lot of charity stuff for the community. So I want you to toot your horn. I want you to talk about some of the stuff that some of the events you've been involved in, some of the causes.
Well,
there's been many through the years. The annual fundraiser for the food bank, Rockin' for the Food Bank. We've been a part of that and even helped to organize it this past year. Yeah.
I remember there was a fire relief concert that was at the top of Street Hill for the people that were that lost their lost everything in fire and own sound. And sorry,
we've also done a lot of things with mental health awareness too. That we've performed numerous little events here and there throughout the town. Usually whenever there's something going on and there's a spot to play and we are asked, we usually show up and do it.
You do so, and I know you've done it so many times, as a lot of people in the Owen Sound area music community do. They're always right there to help out. So where we're going next? Okay, let's talk now about the things that influence your music and influence your songs. And a couple of them come to mind for me. You know, some of your songs, as far like in my estimation, you wear your heart on your sleeve. There's no doubting exactly what you're talking about in these songs. Sometimes you need a little explanation, but you know, you're very, very honest in your music. And for example, when you write the song "Bad Son," Bad Son is, if you want to elaborate on that, but I know the meaning behind Bad Son, and it's your religious upbringing at home when you were a kid.
Yeah, that's definitely what, I'm speaking in there's a bit of a lot of biblical references in that one, that's for sure. And yeah, it's inspired by, that's kind of, I guess, something I always wanted to say to my parents, I suppose. So.
I think a lot of people can relate to that one in whatever path they choose, and their parents just don't agree or see where they're coming from, and think, well, if we could just get rid of that imaginary line in the sand and just be a family and get past our differences. So.
Absolutely, and you know, I'll be honest with you, it meant something to me. I know what it meant to you, but to me it was something that I could have said to my father, you know. So, you know, that song really reaches out to people, and that's so important in performing. And another one that really, once I knew who you were singing about, really touched my heart was Hello, Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was one that I wrote when I was 18 years old, and it was a song, it wasn't exactly about my mother, but it was a song I wrote for my mother to kind of cheer up, and she's a real stickler for the written word and has very lovely handwriting and is always into writing letters and things like that, so it was sort of something I was hoping that maybe somebody would have said to her.
And an important line in that life's too short for you to waste your time on people who don't appreciate you. And I think everyone can relate to that as
Absolutely,
well.
and that's what I mean, you know. I've said to you countless times that if I want to pick me up, if I'm down and I'm feeling blue, all right, I need to find an Our Shotgun Wedding show, because you do not experience feeling down or blue or anything, because you talk to so many different aspects of life, and your music is upbeat and it's happy, and it's you know, you can tell by looking at you on the stage that you really love what you're doing, and that really makes for a great experience on stage. So now let's talk a bit about the things that influence your music. We're in that vein right now. So, but another thing too, I know that I don't know if you're a political activist or you are politically involved when it comes to certain issues, and I believe we have a photo that appeared on the cover of Maclean's magazine. Darlene, and there it is, and folks, that behind the mask is Dylan McMullin. Now, you didn't set the police car on fire, right?
No, not at all. No, that was...
Okay, if you'd like to maybe explain to the folks how that came about.
Wow. Well,
if you want.
I was there. That's what happened.
You were wearing your guitar.
I was there and I had my guitar, and really that guitar kept me, looks like I was getting in a lot of trouble in that photograph, but really that guitar kept me out of trouble. And I just went around during the protest, and I was singing a lot of Woody Guthrie songs, and then found myself in the situation, you know, it's really very theatrical in a situation like that, and when I happened to find myself in the vicinity of the burning car, it seemed like and people were congregating, it seemed like here's a crowd, here's a good place to go and sing some songs, so I was kind of helping rally people up, and we were singing All You Fascists Bound to Lose, and Union Maid, and a few other Woody Guthrie tunes. Do Re Mi was a big one, that was a big one. We had special G20 lyrics for that, and anyway, so since there were people gathered there, I started singing, and it seemed to kind of calm things down. And anyway, it's a good time. But
all right, fantastic. And that's a keeper. That is a lifelong shot. That's for sure.
There's no living that one down. I thought most of the people would have forgot about it by now. That was a long time ago.
Sorry
it was
to
before
bring it up
I
again,
knew Lauren. Too. I probably, if we had been together, she probably would have talked me out of going down there. But
we have
she has a
been
voice of reason, right?
We have been involved in different things together. We played at Foodstock.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that event to help stop the mega quarry they were going to put in south of here.
Yes, I do remember that.
We were part of this great event in this field, and we set up our music, and yeah, it was really cool to be a part of that.
All right, so let's talk about your new CD. Really excited about that. You've got 11 tracks on this CD, and the CD is called Shackin' Up. All right, that's an old school term, which a lot of people, I'm sure, are aware of. Any special significance to the title?
Well, Shackin' Up, we recorded it in an old cottage, an old heritage cottage in Southampton, right on Lake Huron, and the cottage is called The Shack. So we kind of came up with that funny little title.
Fantastic. Okay, so now there's 11 tracks on here. Any of those tracks, one or a couple that really have really important meaning to you? Ooh. Or special, any kind of a special one that's special to you.
Well, they're all special. I know there's one that's special to both of us, and I think we're planning to play today, is called Makes Me Think of You. And it's a song that was inspired by as a walkout. I was raising goats at the time, and I took a walk into the field with my goats, and while they were foraging around, this song I downloaded it, and I was thinking about my grandpa at the time, who has passed on.
All right, perfect, all right.
There's also The Beaver is our favorite song on that, and Dylan wrote it in Southampton on my birthday.
I did have a listen to that today, so are we going to hear that one today?
Yes.
We are going to hear that one today. Okay, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back with some live music from our shotgun wedding. We'll be right back.
Next one we're gonna do is is off of our first EP, Ghost of the Bury Road, and it's called Won't Let You Down. Oh, just need the right harmonica. There we go. This is a song I wrote about Lauren before I met her.
Like a summer breeze, man, knocked the flowers around with her knees as she danced and twirled. The petals fell around her. She told me about all the places she'd been, man, all the crazy things that she'd seen. She was so full of life, like a force in springtime. She said there ain't no way that I'll be letting you down. And I don't promise what I don't put out. It's a crazy old world and some things we gotta figure out. But I promise you that I won't let you down.
You fell for me like the autumn leaves. I just thought he was trying to shake my tree, but he laughed and he said, I know you're not that kind of girl. He told me about all his wild adventures. He opened his wallet and he showed me pictures of the places he'd been and the people he loved, yeah. Said there ain't no way that I'll be letting you down. And I don't promise what I don't put out. It's a crazy old world and some things we got to figure out. But I promise you that I won't let you down. Won't let you down. Won't let you down. But I promise you that I won't let you down. Won't let you down. Won't let you down. And I promise you that I won't let you down. Won't let you down. Won't let you down. But I promise you that I won't let you down.
All right. Wow, this next one we'll do is off of the new Shackin' Up album we talked about earlier. The song is called Makes Me Think of You.
Took a little walk, just myself and me. Saw a busy little bumblebee buzzing around the blossoms of the apple tree, and it makes me think of you. Took a little romp down by the swamp. Saw the swallows swooping in the bog. The simplest bird songs and it makes me think of you. Oh Lord, it's a shame that you live so far away. But when the birds sing your name, well, it makes me think of you. Got a little kiss from a butterfly. Saw it fly away to the corner of me eye. I knew that it must have been you. See, I know that you're fond of the country life, and you love to see the stars shine at night. So when the moon bathes the trees with light, well, it makes me think of you. But oh Lord, it's a shame that you live so far away. But when the stars spell your name, well, it makes me think of you. But oh Lord, it's a shame that you live so far away. But when the stars spell your name, well, it makes me think of you. Well, it makes me think of you. That's a fun one. So I guess we'll go back to the first EP again. I keep looking back here because normally when we do a show, I have my harmonicas all right here on a little table, but they're on there in my pocket. All right, we'll do one more. Here it is. Oh, I can do two more. Where did I put it? Oh, I have to go back. There it is. Sorry, guys.
So this is the one that Rob was talking about earlier, the bad son.
I'm sorry I'm not perfect, but it's so hard to be like Jesus Christ. Thorny crowns never win. I'm sorry I'm not Moses, never could get the waters apart from me. No matter how I shook my stick, but maybe if you took the time to know me, cross this imaginary line in the sand, cross this imaginary line in the sand. And maybe we could be a family. You meet the sun you never had.
And welcome back, everyone. And we've got about 30 seconds here. I want to thank Our Shotgun Wedding for being here today. Fantastic job as always. Tell people where they can get your new CD.
Well, they can go to our website, ourshotgunwedding.com, and it's all right there. That's the easiest thing to do. Just go to our website. Also, it'll be available up at Sunrise Records, too, at the mall.
Sunrise Records at Heritage Place Mall in Owen Sound. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. The Beaver. Everyone check out, go on YouTube, The Beaver by Our Shotgun Wedding. We didn't have time to get that one in today. Very sorry about that, folks, but check out The Beaver on YouTube. All right, I'm Rob Leonard, your host for Darlene Van Wyck, producer, and everyone here. Join us next time on Our Community Stage.